You. Welcome to my live. If you're in my live tonight, don't forget to like the live as soon as you come in. Please like the live as soon as you come in. Happy Friday, guys. I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm so happy it's Friday. I know if you're in the Northeast that we're getting a big snowstorm. Everyone is going crazy over it. It's on the news, it's everywhere, this horrible storm that's coming, this ice storm. So I hope everyone stay warm, stay safe, and stay home. If you're not working, stay home and be safe if you have to go on the road. So try to get everything that you need to before the storm starts, your groceries, stock up your house. You just this weather, this storm, this ice, it just sounds like it will be very crazy. So be careful out there if you have to go out there. Be careful, guys. So I had a conversation with my friend earlier about soul ties. We had it this morning, and I wanted to come on here just to talk on it a little bit, soul ties, because she have a teenage son, and she's very open with him about everything he does, about pretty much everything. She talks to him about everything. She talks to him, she's very open about everything that she does. So we were talking earlier, I'm sorry for that delay. We were talking earlier about soul ties, how whoever you give your body to, that you're pretty much connected to that person forever. That person is a part of your life story, a part of your history forever. So she was pretty much talking to her teenage son, 17, because he have a girl that's obsessed with him, like obsessed, and can't leave him alone. And they haven't done anything. So she was telling him, imagine if they did, and that he have to be careful about soul tie ties. We have to be careful who we give ourselves to, and who we give our body to. Do you guys believe in soul ties? Do you agree or believe that that happens, that whoever you're with, you're tied to forever, or whoever you deal with, you're tied to forever? It might not be the case for certain people, but to me, I believe in that. Whoever you deal with, you're connected to. Whatever demons they carry, you have. Whatever, if someone is going all over the place, being with everyone, then whatever they connect to, then you have it. For men who they have babies all over the place, they sleep with this woman and that woman and that woman. All the spirits are connected. All the spirits are connected. It's pretty much you're tied to that person forever, or you're tied to their soul. Their story is forever in your book, they're forever in your history. So be careful who you sleep with. A lot of people, they are so toxic Imagine giving your body and your soul to those type of people. Guys, please don't forget to like my live when you come in. Imagine giving your soul and body to toxic people. That toxic energy will be with you forever. You know, you can't erase what you do. You can't erase who you give your body to. Like people say, body count. You cannot erase who you give your body to and who you're with. So be careful out there, guys. I know they try to make it seem cool when you go from one person to the next, but it's not cool. When you go from one person to the next constantly, then you're connected to that soul. You're connected to that person. You're connected to, what if for those men who are demons, you're connected to those demons. You know, some people are demon, they carry germs, they carry whatever, they carry spirits that once you connect with them, you feel like some women, they say some men are warlocks. They connect to you, and once you connect to those men, your life is in hell. You know, you're losing all your hair, you're gaining weight, you're starting to look older than you actually are. And it's based on what type of men you sometimes allow in your life, or what type of women. They leech on you and they make your life hell. You're always miserable. So soul tie is definitely a thing for me. You know, you connect to someone, you think you're having fun, you do something with them, and then you connect to them, and then the next minute your life is hell and you're wondering why. Especially, guys, you're not supposed to have kids with everyone. Some men, they just have kids with women to trap them, to keep them trapped so they'll have access to their resources. So be careful. That's a connection and a tie that you have to be careful of. Guys, please don't forget to like my live when you enter the chat. Please, I would really appreciate it. And make sure you comment and let me know if you believe in soul ties, or are you tied to someone? Are you tied to someone? So you have to be careful with who you position yourself with and who you deal with. A lot of people, they see you, a lot of people, you see them, they look very good, they dress very good, but they're actual demons walking on earth. You know, they're demons. They just come in your life to screw it up. They come in your life to change the trajectory of your life. They come in your life to make your life, a living hell. So you have to be careful of who you give your body to, who you give your soul to, soul tie. Our bodies are havens. Our bodies are temples. We're supposed to treat it well. You don't have to give everyone your body. You don't have to connect, because once you connect with that person, then that's it. That's it, guys. That's it. You cannot erase that. So, be careful. And they have a lot of things going on out there that we don't know. A lot of these new, diseases that they have. So you have to be careful. Don't just connect with anyone. If you do use protection, don't get your soul tied to somebody who is not good for you. Somebody they're gonna use you, they're gonna manipulate you, they're gonna turn your life live in hell. you know we can connect to someone. You think you break up with the person, you move on, and then years come and the person, they come and they hurt you because something connects you guys, and sometimes it's not someone good. You hear stories on the internet of these exes. They're holding on grudges for 8+ years and hurting a female for 8+ years. That was a bad soul tie. Hi, Body Pearson. Saved my life. Thank you so much. Happy Friday. I hope you're enjoying your Friday, relaxing, and have a good weekend. Thank you. And if you're somewhere warm, stay warm. And if you're in the cold, guys, stay warm, stay inside. Don't drive in the ice storm. And please don't forget to light the live when you come in. Thank you so much, Body Pearsons. I appreciate it. So I'm talking about soul ties. So there's a story online where a lady, she moved on from her ex, and they were separated for 8 9 years, and she's now married to a new person, a new, he's a dentist, and she does, I think she works in an office. They have a new life, they have kids, and she separated from her husband for 8 years, and he went and he had a grudge, and he just went and unalived her new partner and herself, ex, for 8 years. That's what I'm saying. Some soul ties are not good. You have to be careful of who you connect with, of who you deal with. And sometimes you cannot judge a book by its cover. Like, some people will look very good on the outside, they carry themselves well, and you would not imagine how horrible and how demon like that person is, because a lot of people carry a lot of trauma that they don't let go. Trauma that you can't see it on the outside, but they have it hidden, their hidden agenda. There's people out there who look so good, and you hear that they're purposely giving people HIV or AIDS. You're doing it deliberately. You hear those stories all the time. These men, they look as good as can be, and they're giving people these diseases on purpose. You know, I've heard of Stranger Things, and I need to watch it. I've heard of that, and I will watch it. But they're giving I'll watch Stranger Things. I'll actually look into it tonight, actually, when I get off this live. So you hear men doing that, or women doing that. You hear women. There was a woman who, she married a man, she got married to a guy. These are stories I watch on YouTube, which I watch a lot of crime TV, which is very bad for you. Sometimes you have to take a break from it. But all these stories just show how some people they come on earth just for that, just to, you know to just to cause chaos in your life. They're just there for that. So you have to separate them. Yeah, a lot of people are carrying trauma, but you need to get help for your trauma. And my thing is, you cannot connect and be with everyone. You have to be careful who you connect with. Okay, 1 second. Kai chart. Yes. Yes, I am, Rana. Oh wow, was it a sad out? No, it was someone here. So it was a sad outcome. No, I just watched the court TV because they narrate things to make it, they narrate it. But you have to take a break because it is sad, and what happens to people's lives after people get affected, but you have to be careful who you connect with in life. You cannot be promiscuous and think it won't affect you. It will. And a lot of people are searching for things that you won't find by doing that. You won't find it by giving yourself to this person and that person and that person. You're not going to be fulfilled. You're not going to be happy in life no matter what. Like we mentioned before, is some type of trauma that you need to deal with, or something is bothering you, or affecting you, that you need to get help. Some people are afraid to face themselves. They're afraid to look in the mirror, and your deep, whatever is bothering you, your deep, I wouldn't say demons. Some people do have deep demons. Some people were probably bothered as kids. You will need to get help. You will need to free yourself. You have to get help. You have to. It's not funny what's happening. People, You use other people, especially if you're, let's say you meet one person and he looks good or she looks good. You won't know. So, yes, we definitely need to get help to face ourselves because we will hurt other people if we don't get help. There's so many people dealing with trauma, they cause misery and, misery in other people's life. But we're talking about the trauma can cause us to connect, people who are like to deal with different people. The trauma that could cause you to connect with a male or female that will ruin your life forever. So once you face that trauma, once you deal with your issues, then you'll be able to assess people. You'll be able to assess who enters your life, who you deal with, who you connect with. You'll be able to do that. You'll be able to know who you will be able to assess with, who you assess. Like I said, guys, people, you have to be careful by who you see. There's some men who are, they're married and they're out there, they're telling women they're not married, or they're in a relationship, they're telling you they're not married. They are, they say warlocks. They're just there. Some men are just there, or some women just to use you for your resources, just to use you for what you can give them. They don't actually love you. So you have to be careful. Okay. I feel like if you believe in a higher power, then it's probably easier for you to deal with your trauma. But there's also a lot of religious people who, you're still causing a lot of havoc and trauma. So much is happening in the church, and so much is happening behind, so much is happening in, the religious facilities. Look at what happened in the Catholic Church when the Pope was messing with all the boys, you know. But I feel like your trauma, if you're religious, is within you. There's a lot of people who they go to the clubs and they go out all the time. They get drunk, they get high. They don't, and when you're out in the clubs getting drunk and high, they go meet people. You don't know if these people are good. I'm not saying everyone that goes out is bad, but you don't know people's agenda. You cannot just connect with anyone. You cannot give your body to anyone. You have to be careful. You have to be careful. Thank you so much, Body Pearson. You do have to be careful. Have a good night, Rana. The kid. Okay. So, yeah, I feel like soul ties are a thing, but how to get rid of them, I feel like you have to pray, you have to meditate, you have to have strong will, to remove that person from your life, to remove their spirit. There's some people who they can forget an ex or move on quickly, and some people they won't, they can't forget about the ex, they cannot move on, and you have to wonder why. Why? Because there's so many fishes in the sea. Why would one person get hung up on an ex that they will actually hurt them after years to come? What's the reason? You're hurt so much, you're hurt so much that you're hung up on an ex. You're hurt so much that you're hung up on an ex. It's okay to move on from an ex. It's okay. Thank you. You're welcome, honey. It's okay to move on from an ex. It's okay to, not get up on an ex. My little niecey poo, she's so cute. I don't have any girls, but oh, it's so comforting to hug a little baby. Okay. So don't get hung up on an ex. So guys, yeah, so be careful who you connect with. There's so much narcissists and it's getting worse. So much narcissists in the world. So much narcissists. People are unwilling to fix themselves. And if you get rejected by someone, it's okay. Like, it's just a person. You should not be so egotistical that you're gonna hurt the person years to come, or you're gonna hurt the person. They moved on with someone. Why can't you move on and get another individual, get a new girlfriend or a new boyfriend, a new spouse? There's so many fishes in the sea. So many fishes in the sea. I am not saying to connect to everyone. I'm just saying you have to be careful, but to try to hurt someone after they've moved on from you, they moved on for a reason. You guys weren't a good match. It's okay. Right. I feel like trauma can be healed with your partner, but I feel like with trauma, you have to say you want to treat your trauma. Because if you don't heal your trauma and say I have an issue, I have a problem, then it won't be healed. So it's within you. Whatever you're feeling, whatever trauma you're having, it's within you to deal with it. And you have to get help. No one can help you. Yes, if you have a partner, they might guide and uplift you, but it's within us. We have to help ourselves. You have to go get help, find resources that could help you. Don't take your pains out on other people. Don't, as a female, don't be promiscuous. It doesn't help you. As a male, don't be promiscuous. It may seem normalized on the planet, but it's not a good thing. It's not good to be connected to so many different people, so many different souls, because at the end of the day, it's your body, it's your soul, it's your mind. Your mind will have all those people in your mind. Can you imagine having all those people in your mind? I know some people deal with it, but it's very toxic. Can you imagine, having like 10 different dates or 10 different partners? There's people who do it. They play those games. And what time do you have to play those games? What you have so much time on earth to play those games? It's not good. You have to definitely be careful and don't get tied to people. Don't be, especially if you have boys and girls, if you have children, you have to teach them early. You don't let the school teach them, don't let the public teach them. You talk to them and help them. You know, you help them. So you right. So um yeah, you guys going through one person to the next is not okay. People are going out. People are, you know, healing with substances. Substances are not going to help you. Having 10 different partners are not going to help you. If you're with a wife, having like a side chick, it's not going to help you. You have to heal yourself. If you have a girlfriend and boyfriend and you're out there having different women, having different men, it's only going to make your mind go crazy. It's only going to make you go crazy because you know what? How can you function that way if you're an adult and you have to live a normal life and you have to deal with so many different people? You have to juggle so many different people. To me, that is like a soul tie that is making you go crazy because you have bonded with these people. You have bonded with these people. Bind yourself, your spirit with them. Once you deal with somebody, that's it. You bind yourself to them, and you cannot change the past because that person will forever be with you, will forever be in your mind. And so a lot of people wonder why, like, say, leave her alone. A lot of people say that, a lot of people will, she wants to be with me, so it's okay. A lot of people will, okay, please stay down, okay? Stay on the floor. Thank you. So, a lot of people, they wonder why their life is a wreck and they wonder why things can't get better. It will only get better if you find a right partner, if you find yourself, and if you deal with your hurts and pains. But hurting other people will not make things get better. If you have a wife and every second you're out there, you're going to the club and you're every second we see you with another female, then something is wrong. Like, why would you have a wife and do that to your wife? You're connecting souls and spirit to your wife. If people who are swingers, do you guys believe in swingers? To me, that is, you know, swingers. People can be swingers, and then I've heard stories where they're swingers, and then this person take, it's like they switch wives or something. Then what was the point of being a swinger? You were bored with your partner. You didn't want your partner. So, if you're that type of person, then it's just, and guys, if you would like to join, you can join. Just the link is posted. So if you're that type of person, it's just you're bored with your partner. Like something is wrong. The people try to normalize things that are not normal. It's not normal to say you're getting married or you're in a stable relationship and then you guys decide, oh, we're gonna be swingers. That means that really you don't want to be that way. You're bored. You're bored with your partner. Okay. And that can cause problems. It caused a lot of people to get hurt and a lot of people to just things to happen. I've seen it a lot where people, they leave their spouses because of that, because that is a dangerous thing. Or people who they allow people to come into their home, into their marriage. They allow people to come into their home and into their marriage. But You have to be careful, guys. Just be careful. There's so much going on that's not, it's normalized, but it's not normal. It's not normal. And you have to protect yourself. Don't watch social media. Don't watch what's happening out there to say, oh, this is normal, because it's not. And dealing with different people is not normal. You have to have self respect for yourself. You have to have pride. You know, yes, some of us will make mistakes. We'll make mistakes in life, but we have to deal with it. Don't make those mistakes and then you continue to keep going and going in a spiral, going down, you know, the rabbit hole. But if you deal with your trauma early, then you won't have to connect with people who will, you won't connect with people who will, for your soul ties. So you have to be careful, guys. Heal your trauma. Heal your trauma. Right. So you guys, you know, you have to be careful who you connect with. You have to be mindful. Teach your kids, you know, that they can't go from one person to the next. They cannot do that because it will affect them in the future. And as adults, as parents, we're teaching them things that we know, things that we've learned from the past. You know, a lot of us have exes. A lot of us haven't been with the same person forever, but you can teach your children about soul ties. You can teach them about, you know, finding the right one, doing things the right way so they don't make the same mistakes you did. You know, you're some people you're some people are connected to people that they weren't good people, but you didn't know because they have this facade, they have this look, they have this aura until you get to know them. Then you know that that person is actually a malicious person. That person is actually, what do you call, a demon. They're a demon, you know, they're just there to leech onto you. They're there to not uplift you. So you have to be careful. You know, you just see all these stories about these things happening, and it's just I feel like it's just karmic relationship, people who are not supposed to be together. You were never meant to be with that person in the first place. If you were meant to be with that person, then something this wouldn't happen. Something bad wouldn't happen. If you're meant to be with somebody, then your life is supposed to flourish. Your life is supposed to elevate. Your life is supposed to be the best life ever. So if you connect with someone who is not meant for you, they're going to make your life a living hell. They're going to make your life toxic. And you're if you want to leave that person and you're trying to leave and you cannot leave, then it's certainly a soul tie. If you cannot leave somebody that you know is not doing anything for your life, then it's a soul tie. It's some type of karma. And guys, don't get attached to so many different people. Don't do it. You you have to, you know, be mindful and conscious of what's going on around you and be mindful of the people that enter your life. And it's not a joke. It's not a joke what's happening with soul ties. Don't let those people, I have a story where, someone, she was married to a spouse and it's like they're divorced and the guy is still caught, he's causing hell. He's causing havoc. Can you imagine being divorced and then the person is still causing stress in your life? They're still causing you to have a lot of trauma when you guys are already broken up. Can you imagine that? You can't imagine that, can you? So, soul tie is a thing. You have to be careful who enters your life, and you have to be careful what you do with your body, guys. Protect your body, protect your peace, protect your soul, protect yourself. Because if you don't protect yourself, then who's going to protect you? You have to protect yourself. You have to protect your life. You have to protect yourself. Protect your life, protect yourself. You have to know who you want in your life and what type of spirits you want to be attached to your life. You don't want that. You want to have a good life. You want to have a happy life. You want to have a clean life. You don't want to have something that you can't get rid of. You don't want a guy to give you something that you can't have a child. They mess up your womb or mess up something like you won't be able to have children because you're connected to somebody who you weren't supposed to be with or connect with in the first place. They can ruin your future, they can ruin your life, they can ruin everything good that was meant to happen to you. So be careful with the soul tie and then be careful who you connect with. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any issues with soul ties or you that's happened to you, then you can certainly talk about it. Talk about your experience. Type it in the chat, guys. Don't forget to like my live as you come in. Hi, Sir Mike. How are you? Don't forget to like my live as you come in. How are you, Sir Mike? I have not heard from you in a long time. Um, so for we're talking about soul ties and trauma, how a lot of trauma can cause you to connect with different people, and if you don't heal yourself, then it will be a problem because you'll have all these spirits tied to you that they're not supposed to be tied to you in the first place. So that's pretty much what I was discussing today. How soul ties are not good. It's really true. And yes, I haven't heard from you in a while. Um, Soul ties are really true, and it's just not a good thing. It's not a good thing to have soul ties. It's just not a good thing. You know, being tied to the wrong person will make your life hell. It will make your life a living hell. It won't. You'll be tied to the wrong narcissists who come to you in your life, and you're like 20 and you look like you're 50 because of all the pain and havoc that they've caused. Yes, I remember you're in the UK. So what? It's about 2:20. Is it, are you guys 6 hours ahead? Um, so they'll cause, what are you doing up so late? You're always up late. This is the time you get to be on social media or on YouTube. Now, yeah, guys, what was I saying? So there's people who, if you're tied to them energetically, they'll have you looking like you look as old as can be. Look at me, guys. I'm 43 and I don't look 43 because what? You cannot keep connecting yourself with people that is going to bring you down. You have to, don't be trying to be with this person, that person, that the person. If it didn't work with one person, then give yourself time, heal yourself before you move on to the next person. Right. Your ex will try, they won't let you go because you know what? Some people you weren't meant to be with in the first place. That's why they're an ex. But when you're tied to them, they won't let you go. They'll keep calling you and calling you, and every relationship that you have, new relationship, they'll try to break up your relationship. That is a soul you're tied to, which was not good for you. They were not good in the first place, but you probably didn't know that because you didn't know how to discern or assess the person because they look good, right? So you did not know until you got into that relationship with them. But guys, be careful of, tying yourself with multiple people. Yes, the internet itself, they're pushing all these people in your faces. I know people scroll, especially guys. You can scroll left and right, and all you see is beautiful ladies all over. That is also something that you have to be careful of. Don't be connected to these people or try to date everyone you see on social media. Right. People, that's a soul tie, like a karmic relationship, Mike, is soul tie because why would an ex, if you're no longer with you, why can't you move on in your life? Why are you trying to bring me down, Why are you still holding on to me and trying to bring me down? Let me go so that I could elevate and build up my life. Let me go. Right. Why would someone even try to bring you down? They're miserable. They're miserable. And that's why I say if your soul is tied to someone who was not aligned with you in the first place, these are the things they will do. They'll try to bring you down, they'll mess up your character, they'll talk bad about you to other people. You'll look old and you look stressed. Yes, I am, Mike. I am. But people will tie themselves to you energetically. But guys, make sure you protect your peace. Don't let anyone ruin your life. If you have an ex is an ex for a reason. Do not stay connected to them. Make sure you get rid of them. Yes, I've seen some people, they're friends with their exes and they're able to, but that is also suspicious to me because if you're an ex, why are you still lingering on? That is a soul tie to me. If there's some women who they get with a guy, they were never married to the guy, and it's like after breaking up with them, they cannot get anyone else. What type of thing is that? Do you guys wonder why would such things happen? What age? We met when I was 28, 28, and then we got married later on. I was 40. well, 39 when we got married before I turned 40. And I will talk about that on another live. I'll do like a story time about that because it's interesting. So I will definitely talk about that another day because I know a lot of people are having a lavish wedding, but I had like a home wedding. No, I do not think 33 is too old. I think 33 is actually a great age because in your 20s you should be having fun. You should be doing things that, like dating, getting to know someone. And then 33 is a perfect age to settle down and then to start having children. By 33, most people already have their careers. Not everyone, but most, the majority, they know what they want to do and they know what they want with their life. So 33 is definitely not too old. It's not too old. You're at the perfect age. And you're in the UK. I heard that in the UK, they have children later. They get their careers on and then they have children later. It's different from the US where everyone do it young. But in these times, people are doing it, they're having children older. Sir Mike, that's crazy. So did you guys buy a house together? That's a crazy story. So if she is now dating your manager, why is she bothering you? She moved on. To me, that's soul tied. Now, the manager is probably not treating her the way you did. So that's the thing. People feel like you can move on from you can just jump from one person to the next, but the grass is not always greener on the other side. It's not. The grass is not always, like I said, don't judge a book by its cover because something may look good on the outside, but it's very rotten on the inside. So be careful. Hi, Ria. How are you? Be careful. Something might look very good on the outside, but rotten on the inside. So don't get your soul connected to people that were never, never meant for you. So her friends turned her into that type of person. This is about soul ties. Dan, have you been soul tied to anyone or do you deal with a lot of different people? So, hi, Godspeed. How are you? How are you? So, okay, karma. Yes, karma is definitely a thing. Karma is definitely a thing. Now, a lot of people who have done people wrong have know their karma, so they just deal with it. Some people just deal with the karma that they're dealing with. A lot of us we deal with our karma. So, yes, if she did you wrong and she's with your manager and he's not treating her good, she's calling you because that's something is not right over there because if you moved on from your ex, why are you calling your ex? And that I cannot comprehend. But Sir Mike, like I mentioned it, you're probably tied to her for life because soul tie. Once you give yourself to somebody, that's it. You're tied to them for life and you cannot take it back. So it is what it is. So be careful who you guys give yourself to and don't give yourself to everyone because they have so much things going on. Yes, it's like jealousy and hate as well. They see that you're happy and they see that you moved on and they hate it. They don't like it. A lot of people will see that you move on and then they don't like that. So if you don't want me, why can't I move on to be happy? It doesn't make sense to me. Okay, Dan, maybe you dealt with a woman that just have you trapped. You never know. Maybe she have you trapped and you're maybe sometimes you deal with people that you tied to them and they cause you to live like you're a zombie. Sir Mike, I wouldn't well with if you broke up with an ex and she's now with a manager, you shouldn't care what she's doing if you're saying you moved on. You shouldn't care. I don't deal with that type of stuff. I don't deal with trying to hurt someone that way. I just, you move on and then your happiness, she'll be hurt. You don't have to get her back. The universe will get her back. The universe will get her back. You don't have to feel like, oh, because karma will always come. You can pray and ask for forgiveness, but karma will always come. Well, I feel like if you find someone that's going to make you, if you find someone that's right for you, then they'll be right for you. But to try to get back at someone with someone, that will fail. I don't feel like that will be a way to move on from your ex. So based on what you're saying, you're probably not over your ex either. So neither of you are over each other. So you probably need healing and some time to yourself before you get with someone, because you don't want to bring that baggage into a new relationship. You don't want to bring a baggage and a hurt from an ex into a new relationship. You have to get over that ex first. You have to say, I'm healed, I'm okay. You know, I'm not bringing what happened in that past relationship into this new relationship. You can't do that because the new relationship will not work because you're hung up on your ex. You're hung up on hurting your ex with a new person. It will just backfire. So no, in order to get over an ex, you don't use another person. Some people do it, it may work, but it doesn't work most of the time. It will backfire on you because you're just using those. There's a word for it. What's the word for it when you use you use someone to get over an ex? I forgot the word. It cannot come to my mind. There's a word for that, but it rarely works. It doesn't work because you're still thinking of your ex if you're doing that, if that's in your head. So I would say try to heal yourself and then you'll find the right person. She's already upset that you've moved on. So moved on, like you no longer want her. So you'll find a new person that will love you for you you know, and not you'll find a person that's meant for you. Whoever is meant for you will not hurt you. They won't leave you for your manager. They wouldn't hurt you deliberately. I just believe that people who are meant to be in your life and meant to be your girlfriend, your spouse, whoever, your boyfriend, and they will treat you the way you're supposed to be treated, you know? And it's like sometimes we have the person in front of us that supposed to be your partner, but because you're looking elsewhere, then you miss them. And now you're into a relationship with someone and then you're going through hell. So take your time to get to know um, the pe take your time to get to know yourself, get to know what you want. Like I always say, you have to love yourself first. Once you love yourself and get to know yourself, you'll be able to love the new person. You'll be able to be content in your new relationship. You know, and a lot of people are staying single and getting to know themselves before they jump from one person to the next. So that's the thing that I'm talking about. Once you jump from one person to the next and you don't heal yourself, then that is a soul tying. And then you're wondering why am I these relationships are not working because you did not heal yourself. If you're hurt from one relationship and you jump to another relationship without healing, then you'll forever hurt the new person you're with. Like you'll hurt yourself and the new person. You have to heal yourself. You have to heal yourself. Rana, you can join the live if you want to talk. You can join. I'm here to talk on live. What do you guys want to see? I'm here to talk. If you don't like to hear me talk, then don't go into my live. There's plenty of people that's on live that is talking. I'm not gonna be cooking at 9:45 p.m. I'm not outside, it's dark, so I'm just sitting here and talking. So if you don't want to talk, then go watch someone else cook or watch people do whatever they are doing on live. But I will continue to talk because I'm trying to help people. I'm talking about soul ties because I'm sure a lot of us are tied to people that we weren't supposed to be tied to. A lot of people, even though like you're in marriages and stuff, you're probably tied to your ex. You're probably because that person is probably not letting you go and so on and so forth. But you probably need to get help, get a wash off. They say you're probably supposed to, what do they say? Get a wash off. Hmm. Well, I'm not meant. If you don't aren't entertained by me, Ranaha, then go be entertained by someone else. It's okay. I'm not for everyone, hon. That's why I'm saying go jump from one person to the next if that's what you like. So you're not tied to anything but pizza. Okay. You may not feel like you're tied to something, but someone might be tied to you. That's what I'm saying. Once you deal with someone, you're connected to them. And that's my message to be careful. MJT, thank you so much. You know, I can't get to everyone at once, but please have fun with dancing. I was dancing earlier with my niece. She's here. We were dancing. And you're right, MJ, Mr. JT. We are supposed to focus on the positive and not the negative. You know, Yeah, sometimes I know certain people are able to detach themselves from people. They're able to, move on from people. Like me, I'm able to move on from an ex. An ex will never be a part of my brain, or I will never ever be able to be hurt by an ex. So I have that type of personality. Some people, they are stuck on exes, and that's why I'm saying soul tied. You're tied to an ex. But I feel like if someone was not good to me, why would I be attached or even think of that person? They are not supposed to be in my mind. They weren't a good person. Yes, guys, I have my nieces, so they're here. They're playing with their cousins, so they love their auntie, okay? Right? Ah, so, guys, you do need a restraining order. Uh-oh, uh-oh. A restraining order. So, yeah, maybe I will become a psychologist. I hope you're not going in depression because you're tied to someone, or so I feel like I know there are some people who are so tied to exes that they cannot let them go. And to me, that's like a soul tie. Like, why are you tied to someone that cause you pain and cause you hurt? To me, that is not normal. There's a psychological issue with that. You have some type of trauma bonding, or you have, what is it, fear of letting go, or there's another word that I cannot think of now. There's another word that I can't think of, but it's there. Fear of letting go or something, you know? It's like trauma bonding. You trauma bond with your trauma bond with your ex. It just does not work, guys. Dealing with an ex does not work. Wait. Do you have a candle? Trauma bonding does not work. So trauma bonding. But there's another word, fear of missing out. Something, I forgot the word for it, guys. What is the word? I can't think of it now. That's why sometimes I try to write stuff. But this topic is based on a conversation I was having with a friend earlier. So, um, yeah, to me, an ex is an ex and move on. But some people are just tied to an ex. I don't know. Okay, so it's like we have to, maybe it is regret. Maybe they feel regret after dealing with an ex, because sometimes not some exes are good. Some exes, should I say, not to me, but I don't know. An ex is an ex. I wouldn't say an ex is good. Some people get back with their ex, and they break up, and then they get back, and then they have a long-term relationship. A long-term relationship. Okay, she's in the playroom, but it's late. Really? Is it because you have a space thing as your your profile? So it has to be imaginary because your profile is a space guy. So maybe they're in space, they're in La La Land. Maybe they're in La La Land. So yeah, guys, make sure you don't tie your soul to people because some people are not nice. They look beautiful on the outside, but inside they're very evil, malicious, and they're just there to bring you down. Soul ties you cannot get rid of. You once you're tied to someone, that's it. You're stuck for life. Once you give yourself up to someone, that person is forever a part of your history. And if you're that type of person who cannot get over an ex, I feel very sad for you. I can't relate to that. I can't relate to you, but it's okay. I understand. Actually, I don't understand, but I can't relate. But I hope you guys have the courage and strength to move on. I hope you have the courage and the strength to move on and the courage to not be hung up on someone. Don't be hung up on an ex. Learn to love yourself more cuz I feel like you're lacking self-love. You have to love yourself. If someone rejects you, it's okay. And you know how you know someone have, a soul tie with you because you'll break up with them and it's like they're still waiting and waiting. Why are you waiting? Like your people are currently married or they're moved on in a new relationship. What are you waiting for? It's like the audacity. People already moved on. Why are you even waiting? That means you don't have. Have a good night. No, I don't need any boyfriends. I'm already married, hon. I don't need any boyfriends. I'm just talking about soul ties. And some people they're in relationships like married and boyfriend and they still want to be connected to other people. Where do people find the time, the energy? I actually don't want any best friends either. I'm very, particular about people that enter my life. But we can be, you were just talking bad about me and now you want to be my friend. I don't understand people like that. You're negative and then you want to be someone's friend. I don't like those type of friends. My friends have to uplift me and be positive towards me. But maybe if you change your ways, go work on yourself, maybe we can be friends. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys are working on yourself. Don't deal with multiple people. I know there's a lot of guys in here and guys think that's normal, but it's not normal. It's not normal. And yes, sure, thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's okay, Abdullah. You don't have to. We're all not meant for other people, for every. See, you guys are just making me, I can't even talk right now because I don't know. You guys are, I don't know. We're all not meant for everyone, so it's okay. We all, if you don't want to be my friend, it's okay. If you don't want to subscribe to me, it's okay. You have to find your person and your channel that you want to subscribe to. I am not sure. Maybe they're connected to space. Maybe the females are connected to space. They are. I do have a heart. I'm very much of an empath. I do care about people, but as I've gotten older, people will try to hurt you and then try to, you try to hurt people and then I don't understand people who they'll curse you out 1 minute and they want you to just forget it the next. And that's what people do, especially also in my real life. And I can't do that. That is trauma. It's like you're trying to put me through trauma. And as I grow and, become a woman, I'm already a woman, I'm 43 years old. Those are the things that I don't want in my life. I need peace, guys. I need a lot of peace. I have a lot of stress from raising children, raising boys. Boys are very stressful, my gosh. So I don't need anyone to make my mental health or my mental space bad. Yes, you can joke around, but you cannot be mean and then expect me to forgive you. I'm not that type of person. I always say I'm a Gemini. Look at us, look us up. We don't play. And I won't, I don't hold grudges, but I don't let people do whatever they want to me if that's the case. I don't allow people to do or treat me how they want to. So, yeah, so we should, guys, you tell me, are you guys hung up on an ex? Are you guys tied to someone? Are you guys just let me know? I'm trying to help you guys. I'm trying to let you know you can live your life how you want to, but it's up to you how you want to live your life. Remember, it's your story, it's your book. When you look back, do you want to see this multitude of women lining up? Or do you want to see this multitude of men lining up? Some people might see both, who knows? But it's, you know, be careful who you allow in your life. And you have to teach your kids, no, that's not what you want to do. When you look at certain people, you wonder why their lives are the way they are, you know? Thank you. Thank you so much, Godspeed. See, I actually like my topics and the people who I talk to, and I'm not saying I like my topics because it's me. I talk to people on a daily basis. I talk to friends. I actually have friends that I have really good conversations with. And sometimes they'll let me know, we'll just be talking and I'll be like, oh, that would be a good thing to go on live and talk about. And I ask them to come on, but they don't want to come on. And we sit and they're like, no, I don't want to come on. But I'm like, you guys need to come on so that we can talk like we talk when we're actually on the phone because these are things that people go through on a daily basis. People are hung up on their exes. Kids are new. You have to teach kids that they can't do what you did in your past. If you were promiscuous or whatever, you can't have to teach your daughter not to be that way or your son. And in certain cultures, like the Jamaican culture, is deemed okay for a guy to have multiple, women, but you have to teach your kids not to do that, or you have to teach them with the X thing. You have to teach your kids it's okay to move on from an ex. Don't get hung up. Some people, they get a heartbreak and it's like they never come back. They never ever come back. And I have to wonder why. I don't comprehend, but I guess that's them. I don't understand why you never come back from an ex. That's cannot be me. If you hurt me, you hurt me. You did, but you're forgotten because of the hurt. You don't live with hurt. You don't want to live to, relive hurt and relive pain. We're supposed to move on and enjoy a happy life. We think about it, we get over it, and then sometimes we look back and we laugh about it. Like, I was really crying over this. I was really crying over this. I was really crying over this. My niece is in the playroom ahead of me, and she's just touching things that she's touching toys that I told her not to touch, but it's okay. They're not ready to go to bed yet. I entertain them all even. Okay, so yeah, yeah, guys. So you guys can also let me know what topics you'd like to talk about. Sometimes I don't pick my own topics, and sometimes I'll just come on and just talk, and people will talk about themselves, and I'll put give my input. Hi Siri, how are you? I'll give my input up about how I feel because I'm not I look young, but I'm 43. I've lived a long life, and I've experienced things that some of us experience. Haven't been married forever. I was not always in a relationship. I have an ex. I have a couple exes, you know. Hmm? Okay, okay, okay. But, we all go through heartache. We all go through sometimes sadness for breakup, but we have to learn to get over it. We have to learn to move on. Oh my God, that is a crazy thing that the partner that your ex is with becomes upset with you too. Yes, that is kind of creepy. You know, it's very creepy. That is true because when you look at it, that guy is trending. He was like a surgeon and he unalived his ex-wife with her new spouse. He was a dentist and he was a surgeon, and she looked very happy with him, and she had two kids, and he probably was mad they were living a happy life. So yes, he probably got obsessed with the new partner. Thank you, Tangerine. Yeah, he probably was obsessed with the new partner. And it's soul ties, guys. Soul ties. It's a bad one when an ex is hung up on you. It's not a good. Sometimes they said, like, I don't know if you guys are spiritual, but certain places you can go get a bath or something, like wash yourself off or something to cleanse yourself, to get rid of it. Say a prayer or some type of religion. I don't know if you're religious, but stuff like that to get rid of the hexes from the exes. Get rid of those hexes. Will that be done? Okay, honey. Can I go here? Yes, you can sit here, right here, but you cannot come in the camera. In here. The camera? No, you can't. Camera. Here. She just. Aren't you ready for bed? It's 10 o'clock. You're not tired? Yeah. You want to go to sleep? Yeah, in your house. My house? Yeah, you have some done for me. Hmm? You have some done for me. You want to stay here tonight? Yeah, and Dad pick me up tomorrow. Okay, I'll tell your parents what you said. Okay, sit here. Okay, stay right there behind me. Yeah. Now, she doesn't want to stay here, guys, but she'll say that she's a baby. Rana, you're saying I'm naturally disturbed. Your profession is very interesting. I am mentally disturbed. Honey, you're funny. Like, I hope you take care, Rana. I don't, if you think I'm mentally disturbed, then okay. I wonder what a normal person looks like to you if you think I'm mentally disturbed. Right. Sometimes their family become obsessed and they don't leave you alone. But it's just with an ex, guys, you have to be careful. Don't get tied to people who are not meant to you. And people are doing these crazy things, like I mentioned, like swinging, polygamy, all those things. It's just some things are very unnatural. They can cause havoc in your life and they can cause a lot of misfortune, things that, your life is going good. That's why sometimes we'll look at people and we'll say, oh, their life really turned out for the worse or turned her out for the worse. And you'll wonder what happened to this person. They were doing so well. And sometimes it's kind of like that. Yeah, the internet has made it worse as well because people can just go online and pick people up. I'm not saying some relationships online don't work, but if you have a spouse or someone just scrolling through the internet looking at these women. I talked about dressing, which we can dress how we want, of course, but you can dress how you want, but most people are naked on the internet. So imagine if you have a boyfriend or a husband and they're just there scrolling on the internet. Now that's a problem too. Probably another topic for another day. That's a problem too if you're in a relationship. Because why are you on the on the computer scrolling, looking at other women, So the internet is a major problem, is another thing. A lot of people are also looking, at they're looking at other people's relationship and, thinking they could be them. A lot of these celebrities are in like weird relationships, I would say. They're in weird. And I feel like normal people are trying to copy them, but you can't. How can you copy toxic? Like, look at Todd and Candy, not to talk about celebrities, but they allow another girl in their bedroom. Is that normal to you guys? I'm sure they're saying to each their own. And yes, everyone can do whatever they want in their relationship. But if something is not normal, then don't copy it. Don't. Todd and Candy from Housewives of Atlanta, Candy from Escape, Candy Burris, the singer from Escape, and she married the guy who he wasn't that popular, but she married him. But they're allowing people, all of those people, they're allowing other people. Yeah. And it's like people are idolizing that. But that's a topic for another day. I don't understand why you guys ask me constantly if I have a boyfriend. Or am I married? Am I single? I don't understand why you're asking me that. I'm asked that a lot. So maybe the next time I come into my life, that will be my disclaimer. I will say, my contact is dry. I will say, hi, I'm Carla. I'm a married woman and I'm 43 years old. I'm not single. So, yeah, those people are looking into those toxic relationships and they're trying to, you know, they're trying to, my eye contact, they're trying to be like them. Regular folks are trying to be like these people and they're not normal. You cannot even, that's a topic for another day, though, that I'll be talking about. Why are people idolizing celebrities? But I'll talk about it for another time. But you can't, that's why I said you don't look at another relationship and say, I want to be like that couple because you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. People are doing crazy things, or people probably have a contract, their contract, you don't know what their contract is about. So you have to be careful, you know? And a lot of people, they are in a good relationship and they look at somebody else. Like there was a couple, I forgot their names, Brene and something on the internet, but it's like they were friends and they were going on dates, double dates together, and they swapped partners. Okay, Rana, have a great night. Have a great night. I hope you enjoy this conversation and I hope you do well in your studies, okay? I hope you do well in your studies and I hope you're able to help people with your degree that you're about to get, and I hope you're able to. I could not be suffering from postpartum depression, Rana, because I don't have a newborn. I don't have a newborn. I do get seasonal depression though for being in the cold climate. I need the sun. That really, it bothers me a lot that I'm stuck in the house. Yes, he's so smart. I try to right here. Yes, you can, honey. You can. Don't show your face, please. Okay, give me a minute. I have to get it. She, you know what? You need to go to bed, honey. But let's see. Okay, look at him. Let's put it right here. I tried it over here. No, leave it right here and let it sit for a little bit. But you're gonna go to bed. Leave it right there. Okay. I'm gonna play with it. Your parents are almost here. Yeah, they're gonna come for. Yeah. Girls are so different than boys. Very much so different. It's hard now. I'm gonna get up and they can um, get on and get off. That is serious. She wants to be on live so bad. I'm telling you, she wants to talk to you guys. But see why it's in the tire sleeping? Mm-hmm. The tire is going to again. Okay, try it again. Okay, bacon. We tried it. Try it. Go to sleep because try it and sleep because it's gonna be money. So, guys, yeah, I hope you guys got the message that I was trying to portray tonight. And it's pretty much be careful who you tie yourself to. And, you know, we should all deal with our trauma first before we get in a relationship. Deal with your trauma first before you, once you break up from a relationship and get with a new relationship, deal with your trauma first, because then you'll hurt the person that you enter the next relationship with. If you don't heal, you will not get better. And there's a lot of people like baby daddies who are so mad at you that you were not that baby mother who would run back to them constantly. So they have taken it out on you, which I can't talk about my personal business on here, but I can, that's another topic for another day. But they'll get mad at you that you weren't that woman. You know, you had self respect for yourself and you were not gonna go from a main chick to a side chick. You know, most of them want you to do that, but um you have to have self respect for yourself. And in life we learn and we grow. I'm not saying we don't make mistakes, because I'm not perfect and I have a lot of mistakes I've made, but growing up and going through life, it just makes you, you know, you want peace and you just don't want to deal with toxic or drama. There's a lot of hurt people in the world, a lot of hurt men, a lot of hurt women, and they will try to hurt you. What was I saying? So have respect for yourself. Don't jump from one person to the next. I know in the US it they make it seem normal, but it's not normal. It's not normal. Right. He's what you call a narcissist, okay? And I don't deal with narcissists because they don't change. Narcissists don't change, you know? I don't Narcissists don't change. So, um yeah, don't have self-respect for yourself. And you can join my live if you want me to talk to you. Just press on the link. You know, you guys don't you guys should stop retracting statements that are not that bad. But, have respect for yourself. Be careful who comes in your life, because there's people who are very hurt that they're just coming to hurt you. Trust me, like you'll think someone looks good and they're there to cause havoc. And a lot of people make fun with those type of things. So there's a lot of people who they're coming for you. Trust me, I've met them. They're people, men who, like, if you reject them, they're very mad at you. You know, they're calling you names and all this and that. So there's a lot of people who they're little boys in a man's body or little girls in a woman's body. You know, they've been hurt, so they're out to get you. So if you tie yourself to these people, you're picking up their energies, you're picking up, their hurts and their pains. They have a lot of people who are good and will treat you the way that you want to and won't leave you tormented or in chaos. The link is in the story. The link in the story. The link is in my post. Go to my post and you can find the link, and then it will allow you to join. Okay? So guys, So, there's a lot of traumatic people, Rana. Okay, I understand, Rana. I like the career choice that you're choosing, Rana, but I hope you're a good lawyer. Um, so oh my God. See, Godspeed, you don't want to be. Oh, you're here. We're good. Yes, how are you?
Good, good, good.
You can
Okay,
talk.
now I know how to. Can you hold on? Let me turn this off. Am I good?
Yes, you're here. So, what would you like to say?
Well, now you can hear.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, no squeaky, right?
I was not trying to be like, I wasn't trying to be, I was just joking when I said that. So, I hope people did not take offense to me saying that.
No, it's all good. The next time you go live, I'll send a, I'll do the link thing, and then you know, I'll take the tape off the damn camera.
You'll click the link, but we can't see your face. So,
No,
you're
yeah,
just,
I know, I know. It's a big step.
there's another step.
No, I said it's a big step. I'll call. The next time you do a live, I'll you know, I'll show my face.
Okay,
But
Godspeed. You've
yeah,
been
but
here time.
yeah, but it's me, so it's not, no BS or nothing like that.
Yes, now we know your voice.
Okay, we good?
Yes, you can. Bye.
All right, all right.
I have to get used to that. Yes. I have to get used to that. Guys, I have to get used to talking to other people on live. But the next time we come, we have to talk to the topic. Right, but he's like someone who's always on the live. So it's not like, he's been supportive the whole time. So he's been supportive. So the next topic, if you can join and other people can join, is not just subjected to one person, you know? Gosh, we sound like a New Yorker. You sound like someone from New York. The topic is already linked for tomorrow. If you check the lives, there's already a topic for tomorrow. But if you have a suggestion for another topic, then I can put it for another day. And sometimes, I'll pick the topics when I feel like I'll pick the topics when I feel like, you know, it pops in my head, but sometimes I'll wait so long to talk about it that I no longer talk about it. Like if I'm having like a heated discussion with someone and it's like in my head, but I cannot go on live at that moment, then it's like I want to talk about it. Like the topic about how the girls dress, like the naked dressing. That conversation was with my one of my very very good friends, and we were having it, and I asked her all the time, "Am I able to talk about our discussion or what we just talked about?" And she said, "Okay," because it is her personal life, so I don't want to just put it out there, but she's fine because she have like a very curvaceous body and people treat her a certain type of way. And I was just telling her because she takes a lot of back photos. I said, that's why. But she was just saying no, whatever. It was like a whole discussion. And I can't talk about politics on here because every time I talk about politics or what's going on in the world, it flags my live. You know, it will flag the live. So politics, I'm not in. I'll try to keep up with politics, but right. You know, that's a very good topic, Rana. It's a very good topic, but if we do talk about that, we have to lighten the load because they always flag my live every time I talk about politics or what's happening in the world. And, you know, I don't want them to shut down my page because of that. You've connected more friends. Well, tomorrow my topic is different. I don't, can you guys tell what the topic will be? I don't remember what the topic will be for tomorrow. I can't tell because I'm currently on live now, so I can't see my future topics. Um, I can't tell what my future topics will be. So, do you see what my topic will be for tomorrow? And tomorrow I might have to change the time for my live because I have a very busy day trying to get prepared for that winter storm. I normally don't get my errands done until the weekend sometimes, which is very weird. Oh, the topic tomorrow is very good. Okay, I'll leave that topic because that's a good topic. You know, that is a very good topic. So I will leave that topic for tomorrow. And if anyone would want to join, I'll also ask if some of my girlfriends could join. I'll ask someone, and they don't have to. They don't want to show their face on here, but they can join. So that will be a very good topic because I have friends who are male friends, and and some of them they've been friends with me before I got married, even before I met my husband. You know, and we remained friends. You know, but he's not here right now. And you're supposed to say uncle. Uncle. Yes, he's your uncle. She is so bright. Okay, well, have a good night. See, he's gonna live long because she just asked for him and he arrived. Okay. Thank you so much. But that's my niece that I'm talking to. I have no girls. But yeah, that topic tomorrow will be a very good topic and I'm curious. So I hope if you guys can join the live tomorrow, you definitely should come in to talk about that topic. Guys, I'm so sorry. That was so funny. That was so funny. It's 10:35, honey. That was the funniest thing. I don't know what I did for that to happen. So I'm so sorry about that. That is just something that I don't know why that happened. I did something wrong. And but the problem is fixed now. Everything is all solved and it's fixed. So we're good. We're good, guys. That was so funny. And most of the time I'm here, you know, but sometimes it can get a little hectic where a lot of people need my attention sometimes. Sorry about that, guys. I am so sorry, but there's so much chaos, I guess I'm gonna have to end the live tonight, but I will be on with I will be on tomorrow. What's that? A lint. Okay, I will be on tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be on time. If I can't be on at 5, then I'll definitely be on around 6 because like I said, I'll be out. So hopefully we can see each other tomorrow. So guys, thank you so much for coming on to my live. The topic was very good tonight. And I'm happy that you guys know how to connect to my live now. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye, guys.